Welcome to SATV News. This is Nuri Alamin with the headlines. July National Charter implementation timeline missing from final draft. Some issues presented inaccurately, said Salahuddin. Foreign Ministry orders removal of President Shahabuddin's portraits from foreign missions. No written official instruction as such. Crimes against humanity case against Hasina and Kamal. Witness testimony continues for a further day in ICT. Now in details. The National Consensus Commission yesterday sent the final draft of the July National Charter to political parties without specifying a deadline for implementing the proposed reform, a shift from its earlier stance. In the initial draft issued on July 28, the Commission had called on parties to commit to completing all reform within the 2 years of assuming office after the next general election. However, it now said the recommendations deemed immediately implementable should be carried out by the interim government and relevant authorities without delay. Using appropriate and effective measures before the polls, it didn't, however, specify which reforms are considered immediately implementable. Why the July Charter matters, Professor Ali Riaz, Vice President of the Consensus Commission, confirmed to the journalists that the Commission had sent the integrated final draft to the parties, adding that they had been asked to send their feedback on language and wording by August 20. The content will remain unchanged, he also added. About the Charter having no specifying deadline for the parties, he said the 2-year deadline was mentioned in the preliminary draft to initiate discussion. It wasn't anything concrete asked why the draft doesn't specify immediately implementable recommendations. He said the interim government will identify those and act accordingly. BNP Standing Committee member Salahuddin Ahmed has said that the final draft of the July National Charter 2025 contains certain inconsistencies and that some issues were not presented accurately. Speaking in an interview with television today, Salahuddin said that BNP is currently reviewing the draft and it will submit its official option. By the 20 August, the National Consensus Commission has already circulated the final draft of July National Charter 2025 to the political parties. The document outlines agreed upon reform in areas such as the constitution, electoral system, judiciary, public administration, police and anti-corruption measures. The draft notes that the Commission, along with various political parties, alliances and groups, reached the consensus on several key reforms through mutual and collective discussions. However, it also acknowledged that not all parties agreed on every proposal, with some raising objections to specific recommendations as well. Though there had been no written official instruction as such from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for the removal of President Mohammad Shahabuddin's portrait, Bangladesh missions abroad are maintaining a policy of zero portrait. For months, officials said on Sunday. I can tell you as such there had been no written instructions from the headquarters, but you need to understand the signal. A senior diplomat stationed in a Bangladesh mission abroad told UNB wishing to remain unnamed. He also said there are two aspects following the changes in August 5. The portrait of former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina was removed, and there are Zoom meeting in the heads of mission in the following months connected by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He also said, when we see no portrait at the ministry, it gives a signal. So the portrait of the president was removed several months back, said the diplomat, adding that he thinks most of the mission followed the same zero portrait policy a month ago. The Executive National Economic Council (ECNEC) of Sunday approved 10 projects at which estimated cost Taka 6,506.5 crore. Of the total amount, 3,000 821.58 crore taka will come from government funding taka 2,428.04 crore as project loans and taka 2,256.89 crore from implementing agencies' own financing. The approval was given at ECNEC meeting held the NEC conference from the Chief Advisor and ECNEC Chairperson Mohammad Yunus in the chair. This project included 5 new projects, 2 revised projects and 3 projects with extension of period without increase in the cost. The International Crime Tribunal today, the continued the 4th day of witness testimony in the crimes against humanity case filed over the killings during the July-August with the uprising. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, former Home Minister Ashiduzzahman Khan Kamal and former Inspector General of Police IGP Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun stand accused. The tribunal chaired by Justice Muhammad Ghulam Murtaza Mujumdar began the day's proceeding in the morning. The 6th witness, Abdul Samad, a vegetable vendor who was shot during the July movement, that appeared before the tribunal of testifying. Several more witnesses are expected to give testimony later today. Former IGP Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun, who has turned state witness, was also produced before the court. Earlier on 6th of August, the tribunal concluded the 3rd day of testimony and cross-examination. On that day, the 2 eyewitnesses gave their deposition. In addition to the case, the tribunal also heard the 3 other cases from Rampura, Mohammadpur and Ashulia, where 15 accused were produced. The prosecution requested more time to submit investigation report in those cases, which the tribunal granted. The High Court today deferred for the 2 months and hearing on a bail petition filed by former Chief Justice ABM Khairul Haq in a murder case. The High Court bench of Justice Muhammad Zakir Hussain and Justice K.M. Rashiduzzaman Rana passed the deferment order after Khairul's lawyer Jahangir Hussain sought adjournment of the hearing. Attorney General Muhammad Ashiduzzahman represented the state during the proceeding. Advocate Jahangir told the journalist that sought adjournment of the hearing and the bail petition filed by Khairul due to personal difficulties of a senior lawyer who are supposed to place argument before the court. The High Court will hold hearing on the bail petition after its reopening following the upcoming annual vacation, lawyer Jahangir added. Both the Appellate Division and High Court Division of the Supreme Court will go into the annual vacation from September 5, will reopen October 5 on August 11. A Dhaka court today sentenced 5 people death and 4 other lifetime imprisonment in a case filed over the killing to Dr. Narayan Chandra Dr. Nitai, an assistant professor to the National Institute of Disease of the Chest and Hospital in Dhaka, Moakhali 13 years ago. Judge Muhammad Rizal Karim of Dhaka Special Judge Court 10 delivered the verdict in the presence of the convict, said the state lawyer Muhammad Muajjim Hussain. The death row convict are Kamrul Hassan Orum, car driver Dr. Nitai, Bukul Mia, Masum Mintu Elai and Dabura Mintu, Muhammad Mirzi and Shahid Bepari. There have been filed 10,000 taka each. Those who have been sentenced in life imprisonment into the death Ansol Saidul, Masum Elai, Spider Masum, Muhammad Abdul Kalam Elias, the Pichi Kalam and Faisal. They have also been fined 10,000 taka each. In addition, another accused, Rafiqul Islam, has been sentenced in life imprisonment. Border Guard Bangladesh BGB detained 2 Bangladeshi nationals early today after India Border Security Force BSF posted them into the Patgram border in Lalmonirhat. The patrolling member of the border outpost under Tista BGP Battalion 2 picked them up from the Pandonora area in Upazila Confirm Camp. Commander Naik Subar Alim Uddin and troops from the BSF 98 Battalion BS camp in Coach, Bihar, West Bengal posed in the 2 men into Bangladesh near the border pillar 845. He also said the detainee were identified as Ranu Mullah, 60 of Norail, and Abu Siddiq, 54 of Shunamgan Siddiq, is physically challenged, according to BGP. And questioning the man, and the BGP officials said they had illegally entered India into the Benapole border about a year ago with the help of a broker. They had been breaking in Gujarat until recently when Indian police detained them and handed over to the BSF. Nationals from 5 countries were involved in the Bangladesh Bank reverse and the reserve haste that occurred February of 2016, according to the senior official at Criminal Investigation Department and the investigating agency for the cyber haste. The foreign nationals involved in the crime are from Sri Lanka, the Philippines, China, USA, and the official with the death knowledge of the investigation seeking anonymity. The investigation that had been going on for almost a decade now also found the involvement in several Bangladesh Bank official employee, particularly Central Bank Information and Communication Technology Department. Viewers, we're taking a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back, and you are watching SATV News. Now, news from abroad. A planned visit by U.S. trade negotiations to New Delhi from August 25 to 29 has been cancelled, delaying talks on a proposed bilateral trade agreement. Indian Business and Financial News Network (NDTV) profit reported on Saturday, citing the people familiar with the matter. The current round of the negotiations for the proposed bilateral trade agreement is now likely to be deferred to another date. The report said the dashing hopes of some relief before the August 27 deadline for the additional tariff of Indian goods kick in. Earlier this month, U.S. President Donald Trump imposed, in addition, 25% tariff on Indian goods, citing New Delhi's continued imports of the Russian oil in a move that sharply escalated tensions between the two nations. The new import tax, which will come effect August 27, will raise duties. Some Indian export into as high 50%, among the highest leave any U.S. trading partner. The U.S. State Department on Saturday said it was halting all visitor visa for individuals from Gaza while it conducts a full and thorough review, a move that has been condemned by pro-Palestine groups. The department said a small number of temporary medical humanitarian visas had been issued in the recent days but didn't provide a figure. The U.S. issued more than 3,800 B1, B2 visitor visa, which permit foreigners to seek the medical treatment in the United States to hold for the Palestinian Authority travel document so far in 2025, according to an analysis of monthly figure provided on the department website. The figure includes 640 visa issued on May. The PA issues such travel document to residents to the Israel-occupied West Bank and Gaza Strip. The department website didn't include a breakdown for the two territories. Gaza residents will be provided with tents and other shelter equipment starting from Sunday, ahead of relocating them from combat zone in the south of the enclave to ensure their safety, the Israeli military said on Saturday. The comes days after Israel said it intended to launch a new offensive to seize control of northern Gaza City, the enclave largest urban center, in the plan that raised international alarm over the fate of the demolished strip, home to about 2.2 million people. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu last Sunday said that before launching the offensive, and civilian population will be evacuated to what he described the safe zone from Gaza City, which was called Hamas' last stronghold. The shelter equipment will be transferred via the Kerem Shalom crossing the southern Gaza by United Nations and other international relief organizations, being inspected by Defense Ministry personnel, the military said. At least 7 people were killed and 6 others rescued after the flash flood swept through a remote village in the Kathua district in Jammu and Kashmir early today, officials said. The deluge cut off the Jawghati village from the rest of the region and damaged the land and property following a heavy overnight rains. The incident occurred between 3:30 a.m. and 4 a.m. today, said Inspector Ajay Singh of the Rajbagh police station. The flash flood in Kathua came just days after the cloudburst triggered flood from Jammu and Kashmir district, killing at least 60 people and injured over 100. Federal Science and Technology Minister Jitendra Singh, a lawmaker from Jammu region, said today they spoke with Kathua Senior Superintendent of Police Javed Saxena after receiving a report of a cloud burst in the Jangalat area.
দুর্বৃত্তায়ন বিরোধী চেতনা ও জুলাই অভ্যুত্থান দেখবেন 12 জুলাই শনিবার সকাল 11টায় SATV ও SATV ডিজিটালে।
The police station in Kathua has been affected. Hurricane Irene, the first hurricane of 2025 Atlantic season, has become catastrophic Category 5 hurricane, the U.S. National Hurricane Center said on Saturday. The storm was about 175 miles northeast the San Juan, Puerto Rico, with maximum sustained winds of 160 miles per hour. The NHC forecast Irene would turn west-northeast Saturday night and show the advance, the now downward early next week. A slow weakening was expected to be in the Monday. The NHC had previously said it expected to Irene the Staten into the next week. Hurricane Center was forecast to pass the north of the northern Leeward Island, the Virgin Island and Puerto Rico through the Sunday and move to the east toward the Coastal Island and southeastern Bahamas on Sunday night and Monday. Now Spurs. Barcelona cruised to a 3-0 win, a 9-man Mallorca in their opening La Liga game in the season of Saturday, as England forward Marcus Rashford made his debut off the bench. The Mallorca Manu, the Morlands and the Verdict Mercury were sent off within 6 first half minutes after the Rafinha and Ferran Torres struck early for the Spanish champion. Rafinha hit it some after 7 minutes and Torres doubled the lead in the just 23 minutes and put the Spanish champion for the command. The Mallorca players complained to the referee, saying that they had stopped playing when a teammate went down in the head-up Torres goal, but the referee was unmoved. The Morlands was shown a second yellow card for the Lol Lamine Yamal after 33 minutes, and Mallorca received a straight red after his high challenge caught Zone Garcia. Rashford, on loan from the Manchester United, was sent into the 69th minute for his debut, becoming the first time Englishman to play a first-team game for the Barcelona since former England striker Gary Lineker in 1989. Yamal found the top corner with an excellent shot 4 minutes into the sharpest time, complete the visitors' comfortable win. Before ending, we'll go through the SATV News headlines again. July National Charter implementation's timeline missing from final draft. Some issues presented inaccurately, said Salahuddin. Foreign Ministry orders removal of President Shahabuddin's portrait from foreign missions. No written official instruction as such. Crimes against humanity case against Hasina and Kamal. Witness testimony continues for a further day in ICT. You are up to date with our top stories so far here on SATV, and to know the latest news, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with SATV.